What is good, YouTube? Dubs here, back with another video, guys, and we have some more breaking news, notes, highlights, observations from another day here in Houston for Texans training camp. A very interesting day, and we got some massive news about CJ Stroud, which we're going to cover all in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys do me a huge favor by hitting that like button just so we can get this video to more Texans fans around the world. But also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, which includes free agency, trades, training camp, preseason, regular season, everything you can think of. I've got you guys covered. Even I'm going to be live streaming some games, Texans games, throughout the season, so make sure you guys join the family for those. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, the biggest piece of news to take away from yesterday's practice was the information we got from head coach DeMeco Ryans. He came out and said CJ Stroud will be the starting quarterback for preseason game 1, which is major news. We kind of thought, or many people thought, that they'd probably go with Davis Mills just because, you know, he's more of a veteran. He's not a veteran, but, you know, he's been there a year. He's already been developing over the past year, so they probably would have let CJ Stroud go with the twos just to get acclimated with the preseason game. But no, DeMeco Ryans is going to throw him in the fire. He's going to see how he does against maybe potentially other teams' ones or high twos. So we'll see how CJ Stroud does, but that is big news in my opinion. I feel like right now he has been the leader in the room in terms of, you know, he's been talking trash on the field. He's been motivating guys, helping guys. He's been head into the playbook, learning the plays. He's been, you know, acting like a veteran on the team. So they're going to treat him like a veteran, and they're going to give him the first team reps when it comes to preseason game 1, which goes against New England, I believe, on Thursday. We should be live for that game, so if you want to watch that with me, make sure you guys join the family. Another thing I took of note was Devin Singletary actually got the first handoff of practice. George Fant took first team reps with the ones, while Titus Howard is dealing with a broken hand. We also saw some news from Dare Ogunbowale. Don't know how to say his name. Ogunbowale. Got the first carry with the second team unit with Davis Mills under center, and then Mike Boone got the first carry with Case Keenum running with the third team. Obviously, you know, Dameon Pierce was not at practice, or not, you know, practicing with the team right there. So we also saw CJ Stroud's first pass of practice. That was to Tank Dell. Now, Tank Dell is a guy who I didn't think would be a day 1 starter, but if CJ Stroud is going to be a starter, I feel like they're going to let Tank Dell be a starter as well. He's always getting open in practice, and he's building such great chemistry with CJ Stroud that I think you kind of have to insert him into, you know, the starting lineup at least for the first preseason game to see his chemistry with CJ Stroud, and that's something I'm very excited to see. I think those two guys can really look good together. So I'm excited to see what they can do on the field together. But overall, I think the Texans are really having a good start to, you know, training camp. I think they're putting in a lot of work. Actually, Dameon Pierce was at practice. I just don't think he was participating in some drills particularly. So I think I said he wasn't practicing early. He was practicing. I just saw my notes. He did practice. He just wasn't, you know, involved in some of the team drills. So that's something to take note of. And then during the second round of 11-on-11, Stroud was nearly picked off by Christian Harris, who just couldn't control the ball. Jalen Camp definitely had some nice catches from Davis Mills during this period of practice. So he was someone I want you guys to keep an eye on for. Derek Stingley is continuing to look better, coming off another year in the NFL. I mean, he's a guy who has been helping a lot of guys develop. I mean, he takes Tank Dell and sometimes some other guys like Nico Collins and Xavier Hutchinson to the side and really help them work on their game. And, you know, that's something that's very impressive. When you have a young guy like that trying to make everyone better, I mean, that is just something you love to see, especially from a second-year corner. That is definitely something that is exciting. He's been batting a lot throughout training camp with Robert Woods, so keep a lookout for that battle going on. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think will be the starting 3 receivers here for the Houston Texans? You have Nico Collins, John Mechie, who's back. You got Robert Woods, Xavier Hutchinson, Noah Brown, who looked amazing throughout the first couple of days of training camp. Haven't really heard too much as of late. But then you got Tank Dell, who is CJ Stroud's basically best friend. CJ Stroud basically said during the draft, hey, draft Tank Dell, and they did. So that is just something to take note of. So what do you guys think? Who do you guys think will be the starting 3 receivers come day 1 of the regular season, but also day 1 of preseason games as well? Who do you guys think is going to be the starter in those scenarios? But let me know in the comment section down below. Who is someone you're excited to see over the next couple of days here? I'm excited to see Drew Scruggs at center. I think he can, take a major step up. With the injuries that they've had on the offensive line. I'm excited to see Devin Singletary and see what he does with some reps during the preseason. I can see him maybe building himself out a nice little role here in Houston. And then defensively, I'm excited to see, Will Anderson, man. If he gets any playing time at all, I think they will play him a little bit, but I'm excited to see, his aggressiveness and his power and his work ethic and just how he, comes over to the Houston Texans in the first preseason game. I just want to see how much of an impact they'll have on the game. So let me know what you guys think. Also, Derek Stingley and Jalen Petrie as well. I don't know if they'll play at all, but those are guys who are exciting, who are coming off some really good seasons in terms of Jalen Petrie. So let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we post a video, every time we go live. And also check out today's sponsorship, Underdog Fantasy. If you guys like playing fantasy football, you're not going to want to miss this. Check out this next little segment that I got for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.